Good morning. I'm Eli Juicy Jones. This is Adorable Vaping Headquarters. And this morning we're looking at the iJoy Combo SRDTA, which they sent to us, I don't know, about a week ago, but we were at the show. So now we're going to check it out. Come back with us, and we're going to do that. Did I ever set a title card? Nope. We're just going to get started. So I'm pretty excited. iJoy's got this thing this is like the iJoy XL, right? That lets you replace the deck. We're going to take the shrink wrap off that. We're going to say hi to everybody in chat. Put my scarf on. Oh, I hope you guys are having a nice morning. Everybody, I need you to get a cup of coffee. Need this. And a vape, which I'm vaping on Van Gogh. No, I'm not. I'm vaping on this fire e-liquid that I lost the box for. That's sitting around here. It's that caramel apple fire e-liquid, and it's pretty good. Has a nice taste to it. Very mild. Doesn't have a bite, but I like it. I'm going to shout out to all of my buddies out there everywhere. Hi to everybody. Hi to Joe. Hi to Sub-Ohm Soldier. Hi to Sub-Ohm Sapper. Hi to everyone I've talked to lately. I'm so sorry it's early now. We're just getting up. I'm pretty excited about opening up this RDA. So the idea here is that we're going to be able to replace the cotton on these guys. Let me put this on autofocus because it was on like solid focus. I don't want. Move it up a little bit. Ow. This thing lets you replace the actual deck with different ones with different kinds of coils and different resistances. So apparently you don't have to go and change those coils anymore. It's basically like a clearomizer that lets you just swap out the decks. Yeah, so let's open this thing up. What do you guys think? Here in a few minutes more, you guys are going to come into the live show. In the live show, I want you to shout out, say hi, let me know what's going on. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I see everybody. Michael, Luther, Petey Wester, Brady. It's great to see all y'all. Y'all are the greatest. And I'm going to pop out that chat so I can talk to y'all. It looks like this comes in black, gunmetal, rainbow, green, gold, and orange. Get my batteries out of the way here. Got a scratch and sniff on here for you to check the authenticity of it. Got a cool graphic on it. Don't forget coffee, 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 coffee. Vape, 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 vape. Sorry, we're getting started kind of unceremoniously this morning. I just sort of woke up and I got a new camera, by the way. What do you guys think about my new desk camera? All this is new. I had a nice old desk camera, but the new one is quite a bit nicer. A lot of color match the beginning, or a lot of color match the original one. Here's the main camera. Hi. So we ought to be pretty color matched here. There's James Rivera. Great to see you. Luther Gaming, BBQ means barbecue, in case you're asking. So there it is. The SRDTA combo by iJoy. I think I'm going to crank up the brightness a little bit on this. Oh, that's way too bright. Way too dim. I like auto better. It's fine. So it comes with a little kit of stuff, a key to take the bottom off so that you can find so you can actually unscrew the thing, which we're going to need here in a second. I'm not wild about having to have a key to change this thing, but you shouldn't need the key except when you're back at your desk. Because when you're at your desk, that's when you're going to be changing the thing out. When you're out and on the go, you're going to be out and on the go when you're not going to do that. So what do we got? Lots of O-rings, extra cotton, Muji style cutting strips. That's good. Thanks, guys, for that. Put that aside. This is a vape nut stand, by the way. Go to Vape Nut, VapeNutt. These are so great. This is 1.2 pounds of solid steel. I swear to you, I love this vape stand so much. Showing that off. Hey, Dude Mang, you're here. It's great to see you. Colin, great to see you. Thanks for coming. I'm just pulling this guy out of here to show you guys. Has a great look to it. A little bit of heft. Stainless steel. It's got a gold base in my case. And like I said, these come in stainless, black, gunmetal, rainbow, green, gold, and orange. Yeah, so far so good. I got some thumbprints on it already. I'm screwing it into the vape nut stand. See if I can't zoom in. That's as far as we go. That's good. All right, so I'm pulling this off. Get that focus up here. The inside has the Orbital Vaping Headquarters favorite. It is a curved dome to a flat flush grip tip. That's good. In this case, it's an 810 that comes out. This takes a friction fit 810 with an O-ring on the inside. That's my favorite kind. Thank you, iJoy. I like that the best. Other people disagree. That's okay. It's got a dual O-ring airflow control cap with dual cyclops. This is a solid design that works generally. They're trying to control leaking here and give you enough width here to grab it, and so far that's pretty good. Soft O-rings, which I like, and the action here is pretty good. Returning it, I'm okay. I'm pleased. I'm happy. Yeah, so far so good. Let's look at the deck. Hey, Leighton Vapes, great to see you. Everybody, let's come back up and say hi again. We got everybody pouring in. Eli Juicy Jones, Orbital Vaping Headquarters. Good morning to everybody who just joined us. We're looking at the iJoy Combo SRDTA. First time I ever opened it up. They sent it last week. I'm going to review it, but we never even got to open it, so it's cool. We're all together. This is the one where you screw and unscrew the different replaceable decks on the RDTA or on the RDA base. So we're looking at that right now. Even we started about maybe 10 or 12 minutes. You just got here. And I'm going to get the website up again just to make sure. I'm sorry I'm looking around like crazy. I know it looks crazy. Here we are, the iJoy website. I'm just making sure I've got this SRDTA Combo 25 up. Okay, I want to make sure I've got some stats for you guys. So let me get back close up. Everybody take a sip of coffee and a vape. Steven says he's looking all over for this. Hey, Jade, I want to thank Jade from iJoy. They sent this so that I could do a review on it. And so that's what we're going to do. And Steven says he's looking all over for these things. That's the Fire Apple Caramel. And that's good. That has a real caramel taste to it. When you, yeah, they've chosen to keep apple in the nose and the caramel on the tongue. That's a fun vape. It's maybe a little sweet for me. I can taste it's a little bit on the sweetener side. I know the market likes sweeteners, and I'm not judging. It's not my taste, but that has a very good taste to it. Have you guys ever heard of Fire E-Liquid? Fire E-Liquid is one of the brands of 5.0. Talk about it in the chat or in the replay chat too if you have. We're going to get back down to the unboxing. Let me just pop the thing here. Okay. So I've got it down here on the vape nut stand. And as you can see, this is an RDA that has a replaceable deck. That's really what the gimmick is here. They've got big double O-rings on the bottom, a 25 millimeter base, airflow control ring that goes on the outside. I don't think they're trying to please the hardcore purists who want the maximum room and who are taking Instagram pictures all the time. I think they're trying to get the average vapor into an RDA experience and having to just replace this part. We are going to vape on this a little bit, and then I'll take this out, and then we'll change this cotton and see how easy that is for everybody, if that's possible. And for now, I'm just going to take it completely apart for you so you can see it. The O-rings were kind of soft, so I can get this apart just with my own fingers, which is unusual for a brand new out-of-the-box RDA. I sort of like that. This looks like it's going to have a good application for people who are disabled in some way, have bad hands, want to have an RDA. It has the squonk pin in it now. I notice. And this is the actual bottom. So as you can see, I just unscrewed it directly from the base. This is just the shell of an RDA that iJoy has created, a 25 millimeter RDA. And the deck literally screws in like a big tank. It just doesn't have a tank. So some people are going to say this is a no-brainer or it's silly. This is the retainer ring that keeps the RDA replaceable in here. There's one flaw with this kit, iJoy. iJoy needs to know that this needs to come with another deck to show you, to encourage you to open it up. So hey guys, put another deck in to make people excited about it. There we go. We pulled it out. There's the cotton stuffed in there. So yeah, clearly we can take this apart and put new cotton in it. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll save that for a live video in a couple of days. So this has a silicone stopper and a 510 squonk pin. You stick this through here. Got that retainer, comes through. That goes all the way up inside there. You're putting this together, I can tell this is going to be a little fussy, but that's not bad. So they've got the cotton stuffed up in there. Let's do that ourselves too. Let's see if we can't change this camera so we're way closer. I'll put it back on auto, y'all. Boom. And I'm going to just grok this out. Yeah, all they've done is stuff the cotton up into there, which is what I would do too, to be honest. And put this on top. That's the airflow ring. I presume if I screw this down, it's going to go down there. I see the fussiness of this now. Recottoning this is going to be a little art. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to perfect this and then show you guys. This is cool. This will be like another thing I can do a tutorial on. Getting cotton in your SRDTA. I haven't devised a very good way to hold this thing yet, so sure they would recommend, nope, you can't do that. You have to do this like that. With the key, you stick them through here and then pull them up through the top. Oh, yeah. And then you screw it down and stuff them in, which we will do in just a second. Yeah, there we go. This isn't a pain in the ass. This is me figuring it out. Don't forget that we just unboxed this. We just opened it. What I do is figure this stuff out and figure out ways to make it easy. Grabbing my tools from the desk here, and you know, none of my tweezers are available right now. That's why you guys are seeing me struggle with this like this. What I'm going to do is take, oh, I don't know, little screwdriver. I'm sorry my voice is still kind of gone. You guys have to forgive me. I normally have a deep, booming, beautiful voice. And I've caught the cotton in there. I don't agree. I don't think it looks complicated at all. This is exactly like the old K-Fun decks. Very simple, actually. That's just a deck that you're screwing that into. You guys, just it isn't complicated. It's exactly like an RTA dome. Seriously, that's exactly literally what that is. The only difference is that this one isn't going in an RTA. What we should do is think of some ways to help them improve how this works. Like one of the things I would say is, or I guess to your point, you're saying that it looks too complicated for what it is. And yeah, so I guess I'm agreeing with you. Not that I sounded like I was disagreeing with you, I'm agreeing with you. We should think of some ways to help them make that easier. See, look, so now all I'm going to do is curve that down and stuff that into those little grooves down there. So that'll work great. This is what we'll do is we'll put the cotton in and then stuff it down with the ends in. I just didn't kind of grab it the first time and do that. This is like a disassembly. And remember, this isn't an RTA, so this doesn't have to be like that amazing. You know, it's, in fact, I think this cotton is too much cotton. I'll probably use a lot less when we do this ourselves. If you guys know what I mean. But since it's only an RDA, you only have to stuff it like that. It doesn't even really have to. This is going to have a lot of dead cotton. So they put too much in my opinion, to make it look pretty. But look, we disassembled it, and that's simple. There is no drainage or anything. This is just an RDA deck, right? You kind of forget. Okay. So the idea is that somebody doesn't have to wind and build and trap their RDA. Remember, guys, this isn't for hardcore builders. This is for people who want an experience that's new, or for vapers who are sort of new to RDAs to get an experience like vaping in RDA, like we do. And it may or may not be suitable, you know, for us proper. Where's my captain? Everybody, where's my captain PD270? I brought it up to do the review. I can't find it. Sorry, I was going to use my captain, but we're going to use the Wismet because it's sitting right here. And look at that, 100 watts. I want you guys to guess when I changed my batteries last. Hint, it was yesterday. Yesterday. I have so many of these iJoy 2700 batteries. They're inexpensive and you can get them super easily at imrbatteries.com. Okay, so we're registering at 0.13 right now. 0.13. And I suggest we do the other fire e-liquid. This is the strawberry kiwi. And the caramel apple is definitely my favorite of these two. I tried the apple kiwi at the show, and I like it. But the caramel apple is definitely my favorite. But it'll be good. We're gonna wet this just like we wet everything. This has the squonk pin in it, so I'm hoping it doesn't get any liquid out of it. It probably won't. This is spongy, 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 spongy cotton. Oh, this isn't, we don't have to do as much to this as we do to our beloved Flawless Texas Tough. But you'll notice that what I do is that I pour a little on there on the coil, and then I just hit the pulse just a tiny bit, just to evaporate a little bit of liquid. Look, I've got some leaking coming out of the side right there as I drip into it. I'm just telling you that because, I mean, you can't see that well. All right, and the giant cap goes on. And let's go up top and vape on it. We'll talk about it. What do you guys think? So a lot of people, look, Say says it's, I see a lot of looks too complicated. I see a lot of, let me just go back here. Too complicated, not really my thing. Prefer my peerless, not with my fat fingers. But remember that, wow, that's, flavor's good. Flavor's really good. Look at that apple. That apple is good. Yeah. These Claptons work great. It's got good flavor. The air is maybe a little bit turbulent. I think I would prefer it if the air didn't have to go around inside the cap so much when it was going. You'll notice that there's a gap inside there. So maybe a chamfer or a bezel and tighter tolerances. So far, what's our summary just from the first-hand experience of this thing so far? 1, include an extra base to give you an example of swapping and how to do it, and encourage you to get in there and toy around and see something different, maybe a single and a double. 2, maybe tighter tolerances on the outside to the inside so that the airflow isn't quite so turbulent, or do something to make the air maybe not have to go through 2 holes. Kind of got to go through 2 holes there. I haven't got the rest of it analyzed. I don't know more. That's just the unboxing experience. That's just nitpicking. Overall, though, flavor's good so far. I mean, I'm hitting this thing at 100 watts right out of the box. It's smooth. Airflow is pretty smooth. It has a relatively high resistance airflow. This is not what you would call like full on air with this build on it. It might have different builds that are different from that. I think the nicotine in this liquid is a little bit harsh for me, or a little bit strong, because it's giving me a mouth bite on nicotine. I'm getting kind of a head rush. So I might be vaping a little bit hot here on this. Actually, I'm going to try going down to like, what do you guys think? 65, 75 watts? Let's go to 75. I'm taking off key lock is what I'm doing. I'll pop back to the desk so you can see. So let's go back to, oh, I don't know, 75 watts, less air. Sorry, it's not focusing. My new camera. 24.9 as it were. It's good. I gotta say, the flavor on this is good. It looks good. The promise of having an RDA that you don't have to actually build at all is, I know that some of the I know this doesn't occur to a lot of the guys and gals who are like builders, but a lot of people like Sammy Joe, who I hope is here or will be soon, and some of our other friends that have bad hands are gonna find it pretty good not to have to wind or post or actually set the coils. All we got to do is unscrew it, screw it back in. And you don't have to re-wick it even. In fact, if we redo this with Texas Tough, you won't have to do this in a month or more. So if they partnered up with Texas Tough, they would do a lot better with the longevity on this thing. I would think. That's another thing. Partner up with Texas Tough, y'all. Todd's asking if it comes with a standard 510, and it does not have a regular 510 in here. The decks are singular decks, so you can buy like a regular deck, a squonk deck, a knot deck. Interestingly enough, I think their calculation here is that the squonk deck is not going to leak very much, but as you can see, I've got a little bit of liquid on the end of the pin there. Let me find a Q-tip. Here's a Q-tip. There's just a little itty bitty bit of liquid on the tip, so there is some transfer, although their calculation is probably that it shouldn't be too bad, and it shouldn't be too bad without anything squeezing on it from the top, because the physics principles aren't really thus that it would be dying to get in there and go down any further than just a touch. Like once that little stem fills up with liquid, it's probably not going to force any more liquid onto it. It's just going to naturally get in there. So I'm going to keep my eyeballs on that. Thank you for reminding me. And that's one thing that we're definitely going to see is if the squonk pin by default is messy. And there's Luther. Thank you so much, Luther. Luther Gaming. He says, I'm a newbie, but I love this family and the Juicy Starter. They all helped me and gave me advice. Love them. Any questions you have, ask us. It's true. Everybody in the chat is nice. Everybody in our Discord is nice. Join us on Discord. There's links in the description of these videos for all my studio gear, for the scale, for Texas Tough, for the stuff I use and the tools and everything. And so if you're interested in that stuff, the ultrasonic cleaner and all that, they're all in every description of the video. And I want to thank Luther for saying such a nice thing. That's really nice. We had a great time at the show last week. If you're not in Discord, join us in Discord. There should be a link down there as well for that. And if there isn't, I'll put one in there for the replay, because there ought to always be a Discord link. So we've got a lot of people who just are sort of like on the fence about this, or not as interested just in the live audience. But a lot of this, like I said, is sort of format focused on the newer vapor, on the vapor that can't use their hands that well. Let me just take this thing apart a little bit for fun while we talk here about it. And I'll just wrench it apart with my vape nut. Comes off super easy. The coils are going, the cotton's working well. I mean, you guys can see the wicking, the capillary action is working. The wicking is pulling the liquid up out of the bottom. It's starting to work. I'm actually going to vape this just a little bit more, and then we'll take it apart, because then I won't have to do as much work with my stinky fingers. And then pretty soon here, really soon, probably today, I'll do an Instagram live and we'll re-wick this. Brady Bear asks, and TD Wester asked about the 510 pin. The 510, all of these decks are singular decks on their own. And so this one has a squonk pin in it all by itself. So you can't replace the pins by themselves. It doesn't come with spare pins. They're just always in the deck. I presume that they should have sent me an extra pack of replacement, because I always, and this is another plea out to iJoy and every other manufacturer out there, when you send things with replaceable things like this that users are designed to replace, send extras. They never send extras. Like, I can't show you the other decks. I haven't seen them. Don't have them. Okay. And thanks so much for reminding me. Everybody vote for Juicy Jones for Best of 2017. I forgot. I need to start reminding you guys. There's a link in the bio, and there's a link right there in the description of the chat that Brady put in. Just vote for Juicy Jones HQ everywhere. Everywhere. All one word. So, yeah, I need to see the other decks on this thing, but overall, flavor is absolutely great. The airflow doesn't go down, down, down. It's a little weird that it's a little bit squirrely in the way that it turns around. The O-rings are a little bit easy, but I tell you guys, don't ask for harder O-rings. I actually like this. I think it's okay. What we need is a more direct airflow that goes straight through, where now it has to go in there and maybe runs up against that thing and then goes in and hits the coil. Like an actual notch would be just as good. Like, notch that out, guys. Just notch it. You don't need that full ring. Not at all. Although you gotta watch out for leaking. Let's take this off here and pick it apart again. Drop that in there, shall we? So you take that out. And here's how you change this. You just unscrew that from the base, just like you would a clear miser coil. And you drop another one in. You just put another one in there. If you want, you can take this apart and change the wicking. That's what this is for, but you don't have to do that. So every week or so, or every day, if you're that kind of person, you take this apart. I don't have any of my tools or scissors. They're all in my bag. But this guy just comes straight apart. Oops. And you put that back together if you want to rewick. So, like I said, in a few minutes after the show, we'll do this live on Instagram this afternoon. But I wish they had sent me some extra replacements. Hey, Cheryl. I'm sorry it's freezing. Great to see you. I'm sorry. Google's doing it to us. Let's see what happens when we over drip this thing, guys. So I'm gonna get a pipette and we'll take some butter cracker from AZ Swag Sauce, which is great. And gotta put the lid on this one. We're gonna put a lot of e-liquid in here. Way too much. Way too much. It does work just fine. There's a big opening in the 810. We're gonna try a couple of 810s here. That's our new motto here. Be cool, get old, stop smoking, start vaping. Okay, I way over dripped. It's like a sea inside there. Can you guys see it? It's like a puddle. A super puddle. And you can see it wanting to come out the sides. It wants to. I think if I took the top off, it would leak, but it isn't right this second. Vape it. That's wet, but it's not as bad as I thought. I thought that was going to be a spit factory. It was pretty spitty, but it wasn't bad. It could have been worse. So they're doing a pretty good job. It's wet exactly like you think it is, but it didn't leak all over the place. Not yet. Let's take the top off after we did that. Yep, it's wet. Exactly what you think it is. Look, the sugars are burning in the swag sauce. It's got stuff in it like that. I love swag sauce, but they're not quite as good as in quality as some of the higher end ones. I mean, you actually pay for it. If you want a budget juice, go to swag sauce. If you want something a little bit higher quality, you really got to go to somebody like Van Gogh or Fire Vapes or somebody. It's good. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm going to vape this for a little while. Use it for a week. Put it on everything. Try a bunch of e-liquids on it. You'll see it. We're going to rewick it later on Instagram together, you and me. We'll all do that together. I got to throw this away in my trash can. Magical trash can. So, I'm Eli Juicy Jones. This is Orbital Vaping Headquarters. We're here to get old. We're here to be cool. We're here to quit smoking and start vaping. This is the iJoy SRDTA day, and we opened it up. We had it for about a week. So far, I like this thing. The purpose of it is that you can use different decks, replaceable decks. You can rewick it if you want to, and it comes with a little key that lets you do that easily, but you don't have to, and you can just replace the decks as often as you want for different builds, different styles or whatever, and rewick it. So you can collect one of each one, and as the coils go bad over several months, I hope, you can replace the coils. It's got an Ultim tip. It actually says on there, we didn't go through the actual stats, but we're going to do that right now. This tip is made of Ultim, it says specifically. The 2-post deck inside there is screwless, so the whole thing is welded in. I took it completely apart with Joe. He showed me his screenshot. Joe of All Vapes. He's got a review of this out that came out yesterday. Check it out. And they're welded into the bottom. The 510 connection is gold plated. The well here is pretty deep, they say. It's small and compact, which I would say that it's fairly small. It's a 25 millimeter RDA. And heat-proof pure Ultim top cap, which, oh my God, are they saying that this top cap is Ultim? It looks like metal to me. That's got to be metal. I'm going to get a clarification for that. But they must mean this, that it's Ultim 810. They made that a little bit unclear. So we'll ask them about that and get a clarification before we do the review. That works just fine. Small and lightweight. It comes with a warranty card, a drip tip, the O-rings, springs, clapton coils, organic cotton, and RDTA. So that's the basic stuff here. But the idea is that it has a bottom airflow. It says bottom airflow system, but I don't quite understand what they mean by that. It seems to be like just straight inside airflow. A deck with a toolless RDA, but it does use a tool to get the wicking done and a deep juice well. Really, it's based to be replaceable. I think their own marketing writing is a little bit strange. Hey, Jeremy, what's great? What's going on, man? Flavor improves with a slightly taller 510, in my opinion. A little bit drier vape, a little bit better. I'm so sorry it's buffering, y'all. I wish I could tell you why. YouTube just sort of does its own thing in these cases and doesn't allow me. It says it's good the whole time. So hopefully that's your local internet doing that and not me. And if it's me, the replayer will buffer. But if it's you, then you can just watch it later, which I prefer. My hair is just all curly as heck too today. It's crazy. My hair's curly, if you guys didn't know. So Joshua Weist, great to see you. Don't recognize that name, but I'm happy to see you. Says, what does an SRDTA mean? I don't know what the S means exactly. I think that they must mean, I don't know. What does the S stand for? That's a very, very good question that I can't answer. And I've been sitting here asking myself the exact same question with no good answer for a couple of days. And I didn't ask them exactly, but we'll ask them exactly what the S stands for. Sorry, I'm replacing the battery in my mouse. That's a good question. You guys in the chat chime in and tell me what you think about what S stands for in SRDTA. And this battery is dead as a doornail. Did you guys know that? Dead. Dead. This one too, but it'll work for a minute. So, yeah, the SRDTA combo. What is it? Submersible state collage. Oh my God, you guys are the most hilarious. I love you. You guys are the best. RDA, RDTA. Yeah, the combo RDA based. It's kind of like the old limitless thing. This is really, I don't know what the S stands for. Weist, Joshua Weist. Great to meet you. That's how we pronounce it. And I did flood it, apparently. That's what I'm being told from Cliff Vale, so that's good. Squonking. You know what? Brady says squonking. I'm going with squonking until we ask him. I bet you're right. Good question. Sexy. Daniel says sexy. Haha, Dan, you're funny. We had a great time with Dan this weekend over at the West Coast Vape Expo. I'm so stoked you brought your friends and family too. It was a blast. Tell everyone I said hi. It was really nice to meet them. And I'm sorry if I don't remember all their names, but one of these days when I see them more than once or twice, I definitely will. We really had fun and wish we had more time one of these days. Yeah, so we're going to go with squonking for now. And that's what we're sticking to, squonking. So far, so good on this thing. I like it all right. This is our in-depth view. Here's what we do on Juicy Tones HQ. We go into stuff and we look at it in depth and we talk about it together. You guys are going to see this again. This is from the swag sauce, that coloring that you see in the e-liquid. We've only been on about 20 minutes. So we got plenty of time to talk about this stuff some more. There is maybe a couple of things I could tell you guys about just channel news and stuff. Or maybe I should actually, yeah, we can at least talk about some channel news and stuff. Don't forget that the West Coast Vape Expo is in July 7th and 8th right here in Seattle, Washington. It's in Bremerton, which is Seattle, and a short ferry ride. It is the most beautiful part of the year. Please, if you want to, look up West Coast Vape Expo. There's links in the bio and on Instagram, and that's how it is, just one big word. And get the info. Soon you'll be able to book your hotels in Bremerton. Do it. Oh, I just launched tools all over my entire studio floor, which is great. Soon you'll be able to book your hotels and stuff and go out there and stay. And so I'm hoping to have like a booth or at least an adjunct booth next to Van Gogh Vapes. I'm going to help those guys do some of the marketing and stuff for it in the state. Hopefully have a high profile there. And I want all of you to come and join me. And we're going to do something special for us, like a thing at night where we specifically go out and hang out and meet up or something, or I don't know. We're going to do something for us. So maybe whatever. At least some event. And we're going to record Vaping Dawn to Dusk, VapeAM, right there at the show with interviews with people there. That's going to be really fun. And we're going to try to have photo booths. We'll try to have a booth where if you take pictures of me and you tag it, you'll get prizes, all kinds. Steven says it's the stupid RDA. That's hilarious. That's funny. He's like, that's stupid. Right on. Joshua Weiss has an old a rabbit RDA with dual claptons. It's a good one. That's really good. And we did the Dead Rabbit, the new one here, a couple of weeks ago, and I like that thing. Okay, the Dead Rabbit's good. They have the Dead Rabbit is a no purchase, you guys. I'm telling you, and the reason is because it's just wait till there's an update. It needs a little bit longer 510, but it's pretty good. It's a little bit messy, but the messy isn't the problem. The problem is the 510 is pretty short, and you can easily kind of screw it up. Like if you take it out and put it back in, you can just get it wrong and it won't work. And then, or if you drop it, the 510 will lose connection. You might lose a thread. That happens too. Just needs to have a little thing. So don't forget, be cool, get old, quit smoking, and start vaping. If you guys have friends who need to quit smoking, turn them onto the channel. We'll help sponsor them. We'll find the sponsors. We'll get them to send them some e-liquid and some juice, and we'll coach them, and you can help them personally in person. And here's where we just have a very open and very accepting type of policy about that. We want people to quit smoking. That's our main mission here at Juicy Jones HQ. Quit smoking. Please stay off the cigarettes. And to create a community is the other thing. And to get to the bottom of how these things work, the other thing. How we do. So Brady's giving us some thumbs up there. I think one of those, oh no, he's going like this. Yeah, the Dead Rabbit 22. Maybe that's got a slightly longer 510. That'd be great. I'm all over that. If I get one of those and it's that way. We got to make sure Dan gets one. Dan's the one who discovered that it was specifically the 510 pin, because we both had an experience where it's kind of like we're wondering about it, and he got right to it, right to the 510. Right on, Dan. Smart. Good eye, buddy. Very good. I passed that on to him too. They were very, very helpful, or glad that we had that discussion. They said practically nobody sends in specific information. I'm kind of proud that when we send info in from this channel, we try to be real specific, because some stuff just needs to be tweaked, be fixed. One more round. This SRDTA is working great. It's not, yeah, it's totally working fine. I really wanted to put it on the Captain. I'm going to put it on the Capo. It's a little tough to get off your mod. But let me show you guys another feature that I like about these, and I didn't mention this, but it's important to me, and it's got to do with the way the bottom is constructed. I personally like bottoms that have a little flange on the bottom. You see that flange? That flange to me is a good thing, because it keeps e-liquid that does leak out of it on the side and gives you a chance to clean it and put it back without, it gets less on the bottom, I say. When the sidewall goes straight down to the bottom, e-liquid that does leak out is leaking out to the bottom. And so sometimes one, you detect it later, and two, it becomes a little bit easier to get under the RDTA. Sometimes. So Josh Weiss says that he doesn't like spit back from RDTAs, and that's true. I'll tell you what, Josh, you can modify that. Like for example, I use taller drip tips. Like that's an 810, and it's very tall. Like the one that comes with it is a little bit shorter. And I mean, I don't think that's an unreasonable criticism, but I do think that there's things you can do about it that will help sometimes. Like, let me see if I can get the focus to stay up here. Yeah. So like these two drip tips will be different, and also different builds that you put in will be different. Like twisted builds are spittier than Clapton builds, and alien builds are slightly wetter, but not as spitty as Clapton one, or no, I'm sorry, spittier than Clapton ones because they're slightly wetter. So there's stuff that you can do about that. That's a fair criticism, but you kind of have to do it deliberately. And a lot of people just don't care as much, or it's a little bit different for them. For me, I choose the slightly taller drip tips. It's just my method. And I stick to Claptons with very, very small wire. The smaller the wire, the more, usually, knock on wood, usually the more vapor will be created in the tiny little nooks and come out instead of being water vapor. Now it can recondense too. There's other stuff going on. So definitely not a crazy thought. It's just a thing. It's one of those factors you have to kind of like think about when you're configuring your vape. Like you guys will know, I use tall ones. Hey, Mike Bradyneck, he's back. Our post office friend, previously post office friend. gives us the inside scoop in the post office. He says, be nice to your letter carriers. This is the hardest time of year for them. Hey, by the way, you guys, I want to tell you, I didn't bring it, but I want you guys to remember on your gift ideas, the Ultra Coils 2700 mech. And Brady's got his, and he'll go, yeah. The only problem is you have to treat him with kid gloves. You absolutely have to hold him with velvet hands or with a chamois cloth around him all the time. Every time you hold it, wipe it off. Like hold it, but wipe it off every time, because eventually that gold plating is going to come off. But oh my God, they're so beautiful, and what a beautiful thing! And it's the smallest 2700 mech, and I'm gonna beat on them to get that plating done better. But I love them. And let's see. And Luther Gaming says you can get more spit back with thinner juices, and that's exactly true. The more VG you have with these kinds of builds, the more vapor you're going to get, and that's another factor. That's a good point. If you're using higher VG liquid, you'll get higher amounts of clouds. Very good point. Let's see. And Jeremy Fuchs says that maybe you try turning the wattage up a little bit. Sometimes that helps. And, you know, sometimes it's hopeless, but you can give that a shot. So I guess what we're saying is that there's a ton of stuff you can do, maybe that'll change it. And we're not trying to tell you you're wrong or change your mind. We're just saying that part of the fun a little bit is trying to dial it in some. And you don't always get good info from people about how to do that all the time. And sometimes it's not possible. Hey, I mean, you know, like I'll be the first one to admit sometimes you just don't like something. You might be that guy that doesn't like RDAs, and there's not a thing wrong with that, man. Josh Wheat's got a TFV8 Beast with a pre-built RDA intersection now. Yeah, good one. That's a good one. I'm very proud. I flatter myself that my TFV8 build video was one of the best on the internet. And you can link them in my related videos. They're always in there. Juicy Tones HQ, TFV8, and TFV12. I'm very proud of those videos because I think that I really figured those out. I have a lot of comments from people saying, wow, this wasn't working for crap till I saw your video. Thank you. Thank you. There's a lot of thank you. And that's why I'm very proud of those. Not because of my own feelings, because other people have, and they're also very popular to get tens of thousands of views. Did you know also, I don't know if many people know this, Josh Weist, this is for you, man. Here's a thing that Smock sells. Smock sells little things on Fasttech. These, I'll go to the desk cam because this is silly holding it up here. Smock sells these fused clapton heating coils, V8 RBA, 8-core fused clapton wire. It probably isn't actually 8 in the middle, but these are pre-cut to the size of the TFV8 RBA. I got these on Fasttech. I'll try to find, if you go to the Discord and join us later, I'll try to find the Fasttech SKU for if you want for these. But this makes it so easy to put coils in your TFV8 RBA. You don't have to cut them. You just stick them in there and tighten it down. Like, it is nice. And they never publicize this as far as I know. I mean, I'm not even sure if they even sell them. I got these about a year ago. I don't use a lot of them. You know, you don't need a ton, but these are great. And I've got a bunch. I've got a whole bunch of these things. I recommend you check that out. Oh, you can say oh shit. Yeah, you can say oh shit. the auto chat. That's so funny. Yeah, isn't that cool? Did you guys know they had those? Isn't that rad? I was like, wow, that is handy. Every single manufacturer needs to crank out a bunch of those. Jeremy says his Drip Tech clone is still sitting there in the customs from Hong Kong. I'm just having some Chobani here in a minute. Here's how I eat Chobani, y'all. You like your yogurt mixed? That's how you mix yogurt. Only way to mix yogurt, in my opinion. Cliff Vales, yeah, it's true, but I tell you, it's so easy, you know, like, come on. Hey, Cliff, come on, I'm lazy, man. Hey, give me a little credit for being lazy. Lazy. Have you guys seen Star Wars yet? How many of you have seen Star Wars? Everyone raise your hand if you've seen Star Wars. We saw it yesterday at 8:45, 8:30, 25, 8:30. I don't know, we saw it. It was good. No spoilers. Won't say a word. Won't say a word. Steven's been waiting 2 months for 3A or 3F, for 3A Vapes to send something. I know 3A's. Oh, my girlfriend waved. Hi. Brady says that he was doing that the other day and it blew up all over his hands. That's happened to me when it has a little, it was like slightly open and you shake it, it goes everywhere. Pretty funny. Sorry, I had to cough there. I'm still a little sick. My voice is going. Oh, Dude Mang's going in an hour to see Star Wars. Oh, Dude Mang, when you get out, immediately text me after you've talked to your friends and had your excitement, and tell me what you think. You know, after you had your thing with your friends, like, let me know, because I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited. What pre-built coils did you use in the TFV8, not RBA? Josh Weiss, my favorite ones were, I think, the quad, the 2, either the one with the 1 in the middle, or the quad, not the 8 and not the 16. They just weren't my thing. Too much juice going through it. And I want to recommend something to you guys too, and that is the which I threw down on the desk carelessly, which I shouldn't have done, is the Cleto 120. The Cleto 120 is really, I didn't review that last year, but I got one recently. Here it is. And I made a big mistake. I want all of you guys to think about this. Oops, sorry, it's got lip gunk on it from my morning vape. Forgive me for being so real and like everybody else in vaping. These are really, 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 really good. And I made a mistake not reviewing this directly last year, competing with the TFE8. But this is great, and this is my new best thing that I've got. For sub-ohm tanks go, absolutely love it, and it just goes at 100 watts all the time. This is the 100 to 120 watt coil, and I just vape it at 100 watts all the time. Really delicious. And I want to show you guys something else too. Have you guys ever ordered extra glass from Fasttech? When you order extra glass from Fasttech, they send it in these styrofoam things, and look what they hold. 2,700 batteries and 21,700 batteries. So this was a 10-pack of glass for a theorem, which you needed a 10-pack of glass for the theorem. 100 big ones. Oh yeah, Discord is a chat platform. I should have said it more clearly. And you know what? I'll go ahead and put a link to it right here. Server settings, invites, that, click, close, chat. That's it. And how come that wasn't a link? Huh. I thought I was the moderator of the channel. So click on that link, and what'll happen is that you can make a free account, free with the email registration, put your username is like your Instagram name or however we know you here, it doesn't matter, and then go in and click on that link again, and it'll join you to our server, and then I'll set you to the user group at Juicy Jones HQ, and you're a permanent member of our server, and you are so welcome. So Cliff failed. So Cliff, I think you remember the theorem, don't you? Because he's laughing at my 10-pack of glass. I did. I bought 20 glasses for the theorem because I use it as a demonstration for how this stuff works. And so it cracks me up. But this thing makes great battery cases. And there is a great, my beautiful girlfriend Aileen says there's a good mobile app for Discord, and there is. And Discord has several channels. We have Vape Porn channel, Vape Family channel. We have a gaming channel. We have, if you want, you can do voice chat and chat with guys or gals and guys that are in there. Anyone can get in there and do a voice chat, and we can make as many channels as we want. So it's a place for us to go and talk privately about vaping, and I ask questions about reviews, and we all talk about stuff that we're all doing, and we get real in depth, and sometimes we just BS about movies and how we're doing in our families and say good morning, and it's just a vape fam thing. Cliff says since April, when he started vaping, he's broken one glass in his Cleto 120. Do you need another one, Cliff? Because I have one from the show, and you're welcome to it. Yeah, and Luther, we have Beer Garden. We have a channel for beer making. Look, Cliff. We opened up a whole mess of Cletos for the show, and I took some spare glass. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got like 5 extra glasses. If you need one of these, I'll put it in the mail to you. I'll save you a few bucks. I don't mind. It only costs like $2 to mail that to you, so I don't mind doing that. You just send me a note somewhere. Happy to share it. How long does the coil last in the Cleto at 100 watts? I've been vaping on this one for over a week at 100 watts, changing the juice out too. I'm very, very careful never to burn it dry. But do you guys know how to change e-liquid in tanks? Shall I show you that? Do you guys want a secret thing that nobody else knows? I can tell you guys how to change the e-liquid in tanks so your flavors recycle. So do you see how we're at the end of this tank almost? Like when you're at the very, 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 very end, The very, 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 very end, when it's just a little bit below the thing and it's not going anywhere, add a little bit of a new flavor and then vape it out. Add a little bit just so it goes up and it starts going in, then vape it out. Then add a little bit more when that's gone. And then swish it around and then vape it again and then fill it up. You'll have the new flavor. That's how you change wine glasses. You don't use water. You put a little bit of the new flavor in, swish it around, drink it, and then put the new one in or toss it. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe, guys. 80% of the subscribers to the channel aren't subscribed, so don't forget, you get updates, click on the bell. We're live every Wednesday and every Saturday morning. So yeah, this is 100 watts with the air open, and that's just how I vape it. This coil is the 100 to 120 watt coil, so there may be different coils for the Cleto. But the coil should last at least a week. This one's lasted a little longer. Always be moving your atomizer, and then when you get to the bottom, add a little bit of the new flavor. And what you want to do is you want to wait until it's stopped dripping down. You see how there's still enough in here so that it's dripping down off the top? Eventually, it'll be such that that won't happen anymore, and it'll just be at the bottom, and it'll move when you move it. When you get there, put a little more in, and then vape it, then a little more, and switch it around, and vape it, and then fill it up. You can also just pop the top off and rinse it, but the Cleto is one of the not good ones. It isn't easy to open it up and clean it and put it back together because you have to crank the crap out of the top. Brady, you finally got some pre-built coils for the Scion. That's so good. I want some of those too. Those have been really hard to get for a long time. It's strange that the Scion is one of those tanks. And by the way, would you put Scion on our list? Secret message between you and me. Please put Scion on our list. I forgot. You probably forgot too. It's weird that the Scion has had really tough to find coils, even though it's a good atomizer. Cliff Vales has a smaller Cleto. Apparently the Cleto, the regular Cleto has leaking problems, is my understanding. And that the 120 is the reason why they don't. I want to remind everybody too with Cleto coils that you can get leaking on the Cleto 120 quite easily if you don't watch this one thing on your spare coils. You have to make sure that all your spare coils have all 3 O-rings. This O-ring is so easy to come off. I've opened up these coils a million. This one isn't coming off, but I've opened up these coils a million times. And this coil, this O-ring in the middle, the third one, the little one, is gone. Just gone. So if you look at your Cleto coil and it only has 2 O-ring, there it is. It's coming right off. They come right off. If it looks like that, it's going to leak like a motherfucker. It's going to leak. And if you do this and make sure that if you just find it, it's on the floor somewhere, that's going to work. That's just been my experience. I want to give these away too. Go. I don't have the RDA set up for this thing either, but I would like it. I could order one. I'll tell you, one of the reasons why I picked up this Cleto specifically was that I know that a lot of the juice manufacturers test their own juice on these Cletos. And so I want to know what they think about their own juice. Or I want to taste what they taste of their juice. So if you want to taste what they taste too, a lot of them use this with 100 watt oil, just like this. Brady, I gotta say, your local shop has all the hottest stuff. They had iJoy 2100 batteries. They've got the AS Vape stuff. I like your shop, dude. I want to come visit them. I want you to go in there and tell them, my friend Juicy Jones, the super famous, ultra superstar YouTuber, thinks you have a good product selection based on what he's seen on the channel. And I've said, you tell him that. And then they'll say, who? And you say, this nobody that I watch on YouTube. The O-ring comes off. Yeah, the big ones. Yeah, Cliff. Yeah, the big one. Yeah, you gotta like do it. And yeah, and Cliff is pointing out because the taste is superb on these coils. You get all 3 layers. You get nose versus mouth. You just get a lot of stuff out of here. And they're focused on good flavor and good clouds. Although I don't really care so much about the clouds. You get plenty. I can go to 120. This RDA, I mean, this box this Innokin only goes to 110. Taste is absolutely amazing on this. I get the little pop from the strawberry and that smooth kiwi flavor. Good. That's yummy. That's yummy. Dude, Brady, ask him to tell people to subscribe to Juicy Jones HQ on YouTube. Tell them that. If they'll do that, I'll send them a big pile of cards. If they'll do it, if they're willing, I don't know. They have no reason to do that. I mean, whatever. Tell them we agree on stuff, and that we often have stuff he talks about. Have a good thing. So this is okay. This is kind of fun. This is good. I've been enjoying today. I've got my RDA with my little thing. I'm going to ask them for more decks. That's right. We're observing vape science from high in orbit above Seattle, Washington. That is our thing. My headquarters. So yeah, this thing is getting dry now. And they put too much cotton in. There's too much cotton in there. And the airflow here could just use a notch. But unless this thing is like mega leaky or starts shorting out or something, you know, it's going to be a recommend because I don't know what the price is. Does anybody know what the price of this thing is yet? It's just hit the market. I'll check Vape Crawler. iJoy SRDA. iJoy Combo SRDTA. Yeah, these are inexpensive, guys. These are inexpensive. These are like $20. So they're going to end up being about $30. So we're not talking about an expensive RDA. This is great for beginners. I'm kind of, a beginner is going to learn how to wick on this thing before they learn how to build coils. So that's interesting. Luther, can you trim the cotton? Hell yes, dude. And that's what we'll do. If I had a pair of scissors sitting here, because as you guys know, I just strewed all my toys, every tool. Oh, look, here's a pair of scissors on the floor right next to my feet. Let's pop that out of there together, huh? Oops. Yeah, we'll just get this thing. We'll do it together, baby. I'll just wick this the way I would like to. Let me just move the focus in a little bit more. Yeah, this shouldn't be tough at all. Seriously, I think it's too much. So this is totally the wrong tool for this, by the way. It just doesn't need all that. Pop that out of there. We'll pop this out of here. Part of this could be to control leaking. But a deep juice well just does us no good in these cases, really, truly. Because Dan Lancaster will tell you there in the chat in 1 second, he's bubbling with excitement about telling you exactly why this is useless. I'm sure he's doing it as we speak. In fact, I'm going to wait because I have a feeling he's starting his lecture. I'm going to look over there. No, not yes. He says 500,000 subs by the end of the year. That'd be awesome. I'll be lucky to have 10,000, but I will. We're going to grow this year. I'm going to cut off like a centimeter of that. Seriously. You wonderful Canadians out there, you'll know exactly how much. There, we cut off quite a bit of that, right? I think that'll be enough. That's and you can see, look, the swag sauce didn't go any further than that because that's where the burning and the sugar started heating up. So it actually probably soaked in a little bit lower, but it didn't actually do any good. Wasn't doing anything, it just sat there. So take that off. It is wet, so the original fiery liquid I stuck in there did something. Just even those up. And then let me just stuff those down in there so that the ends are down, just like they have them. They had them in there correctly. I want you guys to know that I had that part right. So now the ends of these are just now what I think is the correct length for RDAs. So they're coming down and they're touching the deck. They're touching the deck. Like fingers down, like you're doing finger push-ups. And yes, it will, quote, hold, end quote, less e-liquid, but it also will have less e-liquid sitting there completely fallow, doing nothing. There we go. And I'm just dripping that right over the squonk pin. In a second, we'll unscrew this squonk pin. And we'll take a look at that. All right. Flavor's good, y'all. Also, that fire e-liquid is good. I kind of like that. I think I want to do a real review. I like it. Brady just reminded me of our motto: be cool, get old, stop smoking, quit vaping. We're trying to get old here. We're trying to die old, not young. So help your friends, help you, help everyone quit smoking. I'm a fan of this RDA, guys. As weird as it looked to re-wick, do you see how easy that was just to adjust it? And you know that unscrewing that thing and sticking some stuff through it and doing it, that's no more complicated than an RTA. In fact, it's a lot less. So I'll make a video and I'll contradict myself if that's not true, obviously. I might feel differently later. But look, it's working great. You can see it's drying out better now. Oh, let's go to drying out a little better now. Let's get way up close here. Did I go the wrong way? Yeah. I also have dead batteries. I went to the front earlier and I got batteries, and it turns out that I got them out of the dead battery thing. So what I have is 4 really, really dead batteries. Thinking that I was going to save myself some trouble, but I didn't. So as you can see, it's drying out. You see it's getting all crystally on top. And that's kind of our sign that it's starting to work. I see less stuff sitting around inside there. So let's vape a little more. It's getting kind of frosty. And Brady wants to know if I can demonstrate the squonking. The answer is yeah. I didn't get a squonk mod, but because this pin is built in. Oh, here it is. Because this pin is built in, we'll go right down to the bottom for you. I didn't think it was super important because the pin is built in and there was nothing I can do. It didn't give me any option. But I certainly can absolutely show you the squonk coming out of the top. So it's screwed into the squonk. See, works great. Works absolutely great. I wish that the plastic retainer weren't there, but it's there to keep liquid directly out of the line of the air holes. But it's working just fine. This has got no battery in it. Oh, I have to find an 18650 battery somewhere in my studio. Oh my God, where did I hide them all? I hid all my 18650s. Not hid, I just don't use them. Okay, here we go. 55 watts. That's good. And it's just exactly the size of this thing without overhang. It's a little bit of overhang that goes to a flush. You see there's a bezel there. Works perfectly great though. What are my top 5 e-liquids? What are my top 5 e-liquids? No order. Van Gogh Vapes Eaton Mess. Number 1. Absolutely love that. Van Gogh Vapes Belgian waffles. Absolutely love that stuff. Letizia and Letizia Blueberry, like all 3 Letizias. For my friend Kyle on Bremerton. I can tell you guys how to get this. It's not easy to get yet, but I know you can call and they will mail it to you from the shop. Love this stuff. Letizia is a special kind of vanilla cake that's so delicious. It's so, you guys know I love sugar cookies and cool plain pastries. That is so good. And they have a vanilla, they have a guava one and a blueberry one. They're really good. So that's 3. I love what can I just not? Oh, Amore by Van Gogh. I absolutely love that stuff. And I just got a whole bunch of new vapes from new people that I just kind of like. So I've got a bunch in my mind. But tied for this 5th spot is a whole bunch of new stuff that I got, like Like, I really like the Fire Apple Caramel. I really like the Barista Brew Maple Salted Caramel. I really like the Mama San Purple, what's it called? The purple something. It's that taro. It's really delicious. Purple milkshake, purple something. I have it right here. The Mama San purple cheesecake. So in that fifth spot is a whole bunch of these I haven't finished trying out yet that I really like, that I've just discovered that are great. But those are my 4 all-time go-to vapes that I told you about. And I use Eaton Mess and Belgian Waffles as testers because I know what they should taste like. So I use them in everything all the time. Just so you know. Cliff Fails, new coil in the Clito 120 about to die on the flavor. Oh, it's so good. A new coil. Where's mine? Oh, here's my Captain. I found my Captain Captain. Yay. I'm going to put these Vape Power. These Vape Power cells are rewraps of the good iJoy batteries. So they're perfectly good. In case you want to make sure you get the right iJoy batteries, these are the ones. And where's my Clito? Love my Captain PD270. It's really great mod. The Belgian waffles with maple syrup. Yes, sir, Jason Weist. And the Joshua Weist. The thing is, they just got a US website, so you can go to Van Gogh Vapes and click on the US flag. And I already told them that US flag doesn't have enough stars. I was like, guys, you can't just put 15 stars on a US flag. First of all, the US never had 15 stars, and all of us know it. We had 14, and then we had like 19 or something. And second of all, we have 50 stars. Everyone's going to notice that. And they're like, oh, sorry. Honest mistake. They don't know. But isn't that funny? I was like, guys, I love them so much. They're such great guys, really. Oh, Joshua, use code Juicy Jones. Juicy Jones HQ is your code, buddy, if you're ordering it right now. Definitely. Please do. Because they'll give you 15% off. They're already pretty darn good Canadian prices. These guys are on the higher end of prices overall, but they're working to bring them down. And they also were just the best ones, so it's not like there'll always be other options. Yeah, that Belgian waffles is really good. Brady, yeah, we had 13, and then we had a 14, and then we just kind of kept going. But I don't think we had 15. I'm pretty sure. If we did, someone correct me, because I love history. I love knowing this stuff, but it's pretty funny. You know, no hit on them. They just, you know, I wouldn't know how to draw a Canadian flag either. Hey, Chris Denton, it's great to see you. Very late coming to the party. We did a whole unwrapping of this guy right here. In fact, I'll do a shot for you of the squonk action. These are replaceable decks in here that you can replace with different kinds of coils. These are a nice, looks like 0.14 set of dual fused Claptons. They've got to be fused if they're 0.14. And I'm only vaping these at 55 watts, y'all. It's good. You can like adjust the airflow in a couple of ways. You can either force the airflow travel around the inside differently, or you can adjust the inside airflow and just cut it off directly. So some people might think that's a little bit fussy. I like it okay. I think there ought to be a little more tolerance there between the two. Because when you take this off, you can see I think they should just cut that out as a notch. Just notch that. See what happens. Hi, JT Mun. It's great to see you. JT Mun has been busy. Oh my God, I just realized I didn't respond to your last message to me. I'm so sorry. You told me you were busy on your apartments, and I'm so sorry. I meant to ask all about that. So I hope that's going really well. And that's what I hear. I hear he's busy. I'm glad. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and show that comment. You can say vape porn. That's fine. Yeah, it's good. I think on this build, 55 watts isn't quite enough. It's the squonker's fault. I hate DNA 75, and I have a shitty battery in here. It's not its fault. But let's take a look at the actual squonk top altogether. So there was a little bit of leaking going on inside there, but not too much. And like I said, this thing because of kind of the way capillary action works, there's no reason for this thing to be completely leaky and force any e-liquid out into your atomizer. It ought to just sort of leave a little drop on the 510, if anything. And if it does that, you'll want to keep a t-shirt handy or something if you do that. Yep, great to see everybody, JT Munn. JT Munn has the most advanced and sophisticated taste in vapes ever. He's like that guy, kind of like some of you out there who just have really nice stuff and love to have the best of everything. And I welcome his opinion too, because he's always forthcoming about whether something he thinks is garbage or something he thinks is middle range okay or whatever. So good. We value everybody's opinion around here. Ooh, 110 watts on the Anakin, 2700. It's good. It's going dry. Going dry is a good sign. Means the RDA is working. I'm a cap popper. I pop the tops off my caps. I don't know about you guys. You know, the more I think about it, the more I like this little channel. And I didn't like this at first, but you see that little channel in the middle there? That like pushes e-liquid out right to the base of those coils. At first I thought that was kind of dumb, but it works a little bit like a post, but in the middle of it, more like a guide. You know how when you have an RDA that's open totally in the middle, like a postless? Kind of cool. Oh, love that Mama San purple cheesecake. Love it. Going back to our new friend, Josh Weiss, his point that there's a lot of spit back with this, and indeed there is. Indeed there is with this build, and so I'm switching to this grip tip. This is chucking clouds like crazy. So let's do a chime check here. I think we're going on maximum pretty much. Gonna get my interface up. We're approaching our maximum. It's our hour time limit. So these guys, they're pointing out the two best places to buy batteries, which is illumin.com and imarbatteries.com. I don't buy any batteries from anywhere except for illumin.com and imarbatteries.com. Most recently, I bought them from IMR Batteries because they had a sick deal on Black Friday. But I'm telling you, those two places are your places, because those two places tell you, they guarantee those are the cells that you're buying, are the cells you're buying. So make sure you buy them there. Don't look for deals on batteries. Look for deals and sales at those places, because cops buy their batteries there. They have to be the right batteries. I love all of you. Let's all have a collective vape out. Tell me you've got a cup of coffee or tea and some vape handy. I've got this Combo SRDA right here from iJoy that we just opened up and looked all at. And I just love all you. Thanks so much. I'm Eli Juicy Jones. This is Orbital Vaping Headquarters. Juicy Jones HQ everywhere on Twitter, Juicy Jones. Follow us on Instagram. Come to our Discord. Use the links in the description to find stuff related to this and all my studio gear all the time. And join us next Wednesday when I'm going to look at even more stuff. In fact, I'm thinking about doing a show Monday to open up and build on the B2K RDA. You guys tell me what you think in the description and whatever. We're going to chat in the chat until Google turns it off. And I love you guys. Thanks so much. Get old, be cool, stop smoking, start vaping.